Awesome.
If I tell you my text cell phone number, will you text me the link? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. What is your cell phone? 860-918-1675.
up in my mask, but welcome. My name is Wanda Strukas. I'm the Executive Director of the Newburyport Art Association, and this is our Winter Juried Show, Part 1. Since we can't all meet, we still wanted to do something special, so we are doing our first ever Facebook Live Awards. So thank you for joining us, and we hope that you can come in and see safely the work in person. But without further ado, let me introduce our wonderful juror, Nancy Wynn, who will take you through the awards.
Hi everybody, I'm Nancy Wynn. Nice to meet you all virtually. It's a pleasure to be here. It was an honor to judge the show. I want to thank a bunch of folks, if you'll allow me a few minutes here. So I wanted to thank Susan Spellman for offering my name to be a jurist. That was a really great honor. I want to thank Wanda Strukas, the Executive Director, and Madeline Gaffey, who's behind the camera and doing a great job sharing this night with you. Again, I want to thank the exhibitions committee, and that's Susan Spellman and Sausalito Singing Dog. They did a fantastic job, absolutely fantastic job hanging the show. It's really hard to hang a show, but it's really thoughtfully done. It's curated with lots of color and rhythm and dynamism going through. And every single little wall space, every nook and cranny is absolutely gorgeous. So I encourage everyone to come in physically, safely, of course, with a mask, to come see the show because there's lots of surprises here. I want to thank all the artists who submitted their work. It was hard. It's always hard to jury a show. And you guys have some solid work, and it took me quite some time. The Newbury Art Association is a very strong art association, so again, it was a great honor. You're active, the work is engaging. I've been to many art receptions before, and it's a great place. You should be proud of the work that you've done here today. This is my first time with Facebook Live, so forgive me if I stumble a little bit. So let's get started without further ado. We're going to start with the best of digital art. So it's right here. The artist's name is Dido Nydick. The title is Beyond the Trees. It's digital print on metal. And I'll just read my jurist statement for you guys. This piece totally surprised me. At first, I thought it was printmaking, but I was taken aback when I saw it in person. It's a fantastic use of the medium. Moreover, the work has lots of interesting spaces in between elements, the foreground, the background. It changes from top to bottom when you look at the piece. You can take in the whole and see the forest, or you can get really close up and see the pattern and the texture. It's also very playful, and I love the color palette. The other thing that surprised me, again, I jury from the screen, is when I saw this in person, it was smaller than I thought it was, but it's a gem. Thank you. We're going to move on to Best in Photography. This piece here is the Best in Photography. The artist is Susan Spellman. The title is Burano Blue. It's a color photograph. And again, my jurist statement here is, the composition of this work is wonderfully asymmetrical and architectural. So when I say asymmetrical, there's a beautiful balance between the foreground object and some negative space. It's not symmetrical, or it's balanced, but it's not even on both sides. And architectural, because yes, it's a building, but there's these beautiful architectural features of the building and the foreground of the rock. The colors and the rhythm are also working really effectively. What is best, though, for me, are the questions it generates. Who is this interesting woman? And what is it with the black and white laundry so purposely hung. It's brilliant. It's a moment in time. You arrested it, and it's just really interesting. It generates lots of interesting stories for me. Congratulations. We're going to move into the next room with some best of acrylic. So follow me. Okay, so this piece is Best in Acrylic. It's by Cara Gonier, and the title is Vespers number 9. It's an acrylic painting. My jurist statement is the mood of this piece is primary to its meaning, and it is created by the color palette and the use of light. The piece draws you in and arrests you for a moment of reflection. Simultaneously, for me, it was mournful and hopeful. That's what I see in it. Congratulations, Cara. Okay, we're going to move on to Best in Mixed Media. This one. Best in Mixed Media, Mckee. The title of this piece is Village Lights 2. It's an encaustic and a monoprint. So my statement on this is I love the diverse use of scale in the work. You have a really big item with smaller little bits. There's a large central form with small forms within it. A play of inside and outside. Maybe this person is investigating public and private. The craftsmanship is wonderful, and its exploration of depth and surface. You can see beautiful work on the surface here. Monoprints have the ability to make one feel free when you make them, if you've ever had the chance to do it. But the work is also encased in wax, right? So it's like holding it in. Again, that to me was a nice duality. Congratulations. We're going to move on to the best in printmaking. It's right here. Best in printmaking. Artist name is Susan Jaworski Stranc. And the title of the piece is Do Not Let the Flames Consume You. It's a reduction linoleum print, which is really hard to do, and when it's done, it's gone, right? So like you're destroying the art as you're making it. It's really kind of cool. My statement on this is it's excellent craftsmanship. Beautiful composition supported by an engaging rhythm, use of color. There's so many different colors. So again, the technique is really stellar. It's a mix of soft and sharp shapes together. What energy this piece has as it's created. And the title also allows the viewer to reflect on what the flames could be. Maybe it's not just, at least for me, maybe it's not just about the flames of fire. It's some other type of fire also. Congratulations. We're going to move on to sculpture. This little piece right here. Best in sculpture. The artist is Jeffrey Briggs, and it's called Sausalito Singing Dog. I've been to Sausalito. It's a great place. The description, it's made from resin with a bronze patina. And again, the craftsmanship and the use of materials is exceptional in this piece. I love how you have the intricacies and then you have this beautiful texture for the floor. I wasn't sure if this was part of it, but what a great idea to put that together. Beautiful color palette. This works asks the viewer to reflect on tenderness. That's what I saw in this piece. It's a great metaphor for the human condition. We all need to be in community, taking care of one another, especially nowadays. But also this piece has a little bit of whimsy and fun too. Congratulations, Jeffs. And now we're going to move on to the best use of materials. So Wanda and Madeline asked me if I would come up with a couple of other new bests or awards, and my thought was best use of materials and best relevance, making art for today. So the best use of materials, come this way. This piece right here. Get in there close. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. The artist's name is Cassie Doyon. The title of the piece is called Macro Micro. And I'm going to read you the description. There's quite a few things in here. It's Murrini glass, Italian smalti, copper, and tinted resin on styrene substrate. Amazing, amazing use of materials. So my statement on this is I instantly related to this work as a microscopic view of the coronavirus. This virus has completely created worldwide tragedy and loss. With this concept, one would expect that the materials should be serious. These materials were completely unexpected and brought a smile to my face. They are experimental, just like science is experimental, creating the vaccine that we'll all receive hopefully soon within this year. So amazing. This is glass in there. These are really interesting pieces. I saw these as stone. I don't know which one of these. This maybe might be the Italian smalti, but really interesting. You've got to see this in person. It's really, really cool. And I actually like how the curators hung it, so you have to look up at it, right? So again, come in and see the show. It's an amazing job with the way that they hung the show. Now we're going to go on to best relevance. This piece here, for me, had a lot of meaning. Now I know that the title is going to give you a different, and sometimes when I judge, I don't read the titles first. I react to the piece of work and I look at the piece of work first. So the artist's name is Jenny Pivor. And the title of this piece is A Walk to the Doghouse. And it's acrylic, and it's an acrylic painting. I'll share with you what the artist wrote, why she created this piece. This painting was inspired by spotting a couple who clearly were having a fight, right? How I related to this piece was this is a great example of how we bring our own baggage, my baggage, when viewing the artwork. For me, the meaning of this piece was directly related to not being able to touch one another for the whole year. Here's the emphasis point, right here. This space in between the two hands, it creates the tension that I feel all the time, wishing that I could reach out and show affection to the people that I love and care about. Additionally, I just absolutely love the colors and the painting style. But for me, that's what I saw in this piece today. And again, congratulations. So now we move on to our last award, which is Best in Show. So follow me. This piece here, Best in Show by Brad Matthews. The title of this piece is I Am Migrant, and it's a bronze statue. So I'll read you my jurist statement here. This piece is remarkable for its conceptual connections to struggle, love, and influence. Its craftsmanship is absolutely exceptional. Working in bronze is very difficult. Kudos to that. The emphasis point is on the facial expression because of its scale and the emotion that's being expressed in the face. We don't know if this figure
is from the past, the present, or the future, but we do know that they are significantly impactful. Congratulations, this is a wonderful piece. I also love how it's a metaphor for the roots. I mean, there's so much going on in this piece. It was a joy to be able to see it in person. All right, so wow, what a great night, what a great show. Again, I want to thank you all for submitting your work and participating. That's half the battle, right? So congratulations to everybody who got in the show, who also submitted, and all the awardees. Thank you again, for a pleasure to be with you. Good night.